What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Royce, another episode of Royce's Rants. And today I wanted to talk about what it means to be a true PG, right? So growing up, we had great examples of point guards. Steve Nash, Chris Paul, Tony Parker. But every NBA team had a point guard who was a true point guard and, ran the team. And I feel like that has been completely lost now, right? And everybody wants to be a point guard until they have to be a point guard, if that makes sense. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm a point guard. I have the ball in my hands. I can do whatever I want. But being a point guard, that comes with a lot of responsibility, and it comes with a lot of IQ too, right? So this idea of like, okay, we're just going to take these guards, these 6'9" dudes or whatever, and teach them how to dribble, and then they're going to be point guard. It's not going to work, dude. And that's why the game is the way that it is, right? Like low IQ. Execution is really bad, right? Like these kids don't really know how to run plays or like when to run them. Like there's no feel for the game because there's nobody out there that controls the pace. And so this idea that like, oh, point guards are dead, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, bro. That's why the game is dying, right? If point guards are dead, then the game is dead. Does that make sense? Because point guards are the ones that control the game, right? And now we're wondering why, like, oh, why can't anybody execute? Or why is the IQ so low? Or like, it's because you have a bunch of people that aren't point guards trying to be point guards, right? And you're not teaching them how to do it the right way, right? Like, for instance, a real point guard doesn't need to look at the bench to run a play, right? Like, again, I play point guard. So a real point guard is doing this, right? I'm coming down. I'm looking at the mismatches. Okay, who has a mismatch? Oh, this dude has a mismatch. I'm going to run a play to him. Or who's been hot? Oh, this dude's hit 3 shots in a row. Let me run a play for him, get him a shot. Or let me attack so I can get his guy to help so I can get him the rock, right? Oh, they've been switching. So we're going to run this play because I know that we can get a bucket off the slip, right? I'm coming down, but just understanding the game like that, right? Like real point guards can feel the game and kind of know what's going on, and they'll call the plays depending on how the defense is playing or who's hot or who needs a shot. It's like, hey, maybe it's your big man. You come down, your big man hasn't touched it for like 5 possessions in a row, but he's out there, busting his butt, getting rebounds. Like as a point guard, you should be like, okay, I got to either run something for him or I got to get there and get him a touch, get him a dump off or something, right? But that's just having an IQ, and that does not exist at all anymore. And it's all because, again, these people are saying like, oh, we don't need a point guard. The point guard is dead. And it's like, no, dude, you're an idiot, bro. Like the point guard is a very important part of the game. And now that we're starting to lose that, that's why the IQ and just like the game in general just has gotten so bad, right? We need to get back to teaching these kids how to be real point guards, right? And so if you want to separate yourself, be that, right? Like if you're a small, I challenge all my smaller guards that are coming up and all that stuff. Like, let's get back to that, right? Learn what it means to be a true PG. Like, really study that stuff. Watch Chris Paul, watch Steve Nash, watch Tony Parker. Like, see how these dudes control the pace. See how these dudes execute. See how these dudes notice who's hot and how they can get there. Notice how these dudes get certain people to rock, right? Like, that has to be our mindset, and that needs to be the ideal for point guards, right? We need to stop putting these wings or whatever that, like, again, are scorers and trying to make them like, guards, like point guards. That's not what they're meant to do, right? And if we are going to teach them how to be point guards, let's teach them how to be point guards the right way, right? Let's not just like say, okay, now you have the ball and you're dribbling, okay, so you're a point guard. Like it's ridiculous, right? And it's really sad to see that people are trying to say like, oh yeah, the point guard is dead. Yeah, that's why the game is dying, right? So, with all that being said, I challenge all my smaller guards to just do your research. Go back and watch, how good some of these point guards were. Watch how they do these things. Watch how they put people in places. Watch how they recognize the game and know how what every person is doing in their position, right? Notice how they know, okay, this isn't working, so I'm going to go to that. But really look and see how they are directing the whole thing, right? As a point guard, you're basically the director of the game. And so I want to see more point guards, right? That's the biggest thing. I remember when I used to watch players play, how I knew if they were elite or good. A good basketball player can get buckets, right? So I go and watch them, okay, they probably had 30 points, right? But they had like 2 assists, right? So I know, okay, that kid's good, but he's not elite. An elite player, you go out there, they might have 25, 30, but then when the defense comes, then they start dumping it off and making kicks and making the right read. And then after the game, they got 35 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Like, that's an elite player, right? And that's how I could separate who was good and who was elite, because good players can get buckets. Elite players always make the right play. So Take that for what it is. Another episode of Royce's Rants. I'll catch you.